Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1935 Underwood Noiseless 77 vintage portable typewriter in excellent condition. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I like to line it up with the edge of the platen, which is this main roller. And behind this flip panel are the margins. And you just push down and move them like that. And you got to make sure that they're in between these paper fingers in the front. Otherwise, you'll type over them. And let's check that real quick. Yes, they are in between those two paper. These are also adjustable. And this one has an accent key. So when you hit the accent key, the carriage does not advance because you're supposed to type the letter and then the accent key. So let's test that real quick. So O, accent, O, accent. So if you could see how that works, I'm not used to typing with accent marks, but that's kind of the gist of it. Just know that it's not supposed to advance the carriage when you hit that key. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit the sign space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a switch right here, and you just flip that forward 1. Skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. That works good. I'm going to keep it on single and finish typing. And as you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Beautiful typing machine, excellent condition, cosmetically and functioning. Print looks really, really good. And it's labeled as a noiseless, but does obviously make noise. But this is about as quiet as you get with typewriters. I don't think there's a typewriter that's more quiet than this model. To pull the page out easier, there's a switch right there, and you flip it back, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. We got the color selector switch here. If you flip it in the middle, it won't print any ink. It just leaves an indentation on the page, and you can, I guess they used to use that for copying, so you don't waste any ink and you can still make copy paper. You could type copies. All the way down, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. So if you have a black and red ribbon, that would print the red portion of that, and when you have it on the top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon. And fun fact, you can double use the ribbon. Once you get done using all the blue top portion, you can just flip it down to red and double use it. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top left, that works good. Margin release on the top right. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that locks the keys so they won't print. Hit that margin release, it will allow you to type all the way to the end. Tab function on the right side as well, and you can set the tabs by flipping this panel back and pulling out these little inserts and put them anywhere on that rack, and there's a scale on that rack to tell you exactly what space you're on. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. So every time you hit that tab button, it's going to stop at each one of those, and that works good. I don't know if I did the backspace yet. There's the backspace, that works good. On this side, you got the carriage release, very smooth, and this lever on the very front is the locking mechanism. So you push it down, lock it into place, and then push in the knob at the same time, and that will lock the carriage completely. So when you have it in the case, it doesn't bounce around and damage your escapement. And to unlock it, you just pull the knob out like that. Carriage release on this side, very smooth. And if you push in this button here on the knob, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. When you let it go, you have those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. And the ribbon reverse is right here, so if I push it in from the other side, it'll pop out. It'll switch the direction to this side, to the left side. If you push it in, it switches it to that side. All the brand new ribbons loaded on this left side, so we want it to pull to the right. And that's it, now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.